Hi, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amarylicious.
We are Untitled Nerd Network. This is the episode called Stalker of The Walking Dead, episode
Stalker.
10 of
And
season 10.
it's called Stalker because Beta was stalking people.
Beta was stalking people, and also Lydia was stalking Daryl.
Lydia was stalking Daryl and the Whispers. She said it.
And Alpha
Trying to decide
and
what she was going to do, basically.
Alpha and Daryl were stalking each other in a gas station.
An old gas station. Kind of like that old gas station on the side of Suck Creek Road. Been abandoned for years. You know. You see them abandoned in rural communities, and then it's like you said, you're like, it probably looked like that before the apocalypse.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong.
Yeah, because there was a place where I used to live in North Georgia that, we'd go down the main highway and you would drive by it every day, and you could tell there used to be a gas station there, but all there was the foundation and like the concrete slab and like the base, like just a flat metal pieces to a couple of gas pumps. Like you could tell there used to be something there, but there's nothing there anymore. There's just like the foundation to a few pieces, and this wasn't quite that bad, but the place didn't have a roof, and it had the old school analog gas pumps, with the turning numbers and stuff.
That was funny to see that.
That place was open back when somebody would come out and pump your gas for you.
Right. What is it, Logan?
Used to have somebody behind the register, you'd run over the ding ding, and then they'd walk out there and pump your gas for 40 cents extra a gallon.
I remember when the food line first opened on Mountain Creek. Of course, it's not there anymore because Food Line shut all their stores down except for this one up here. It had a thing like that would ring the bell, and they'd load your groceries up at the car.
Oh, wow.
That was like one of the things Food Line did. You run across, they're like, "Do you want us to load your groceries?" And you say, "Yeah." And you come over, run over the bell, and they bring your groceries to your car and load them up for you. Pretty neat.
I remember. Wait, this is just kind of getting off.
I know it is getting off.
But it's like a cool
It is a cool nostalgia thing.
When I was a kid, up until probably maybe first grade, on the way to my cousin's house, there was right across the state line, Alabama, Georgia. Ooh. You go into Alabama, there was like a friend of theirs who owned a gas station. It was like the dude's house was about 50 yards behind the gas station, and you'd like turn out of their driveway, go down the hill a little bit, and there was the gas station right on the corner of the main drag, and it was out in the middle of nowhere, but it was like the main road. And they had one of those, and it was like one of the old school deals where the dude's wife would ring up the register, and he was out there doing mechanic work in the garage, and then they'd walk out there and pump your gas. I know my uncle and my grandpa both spent a shit ton of time at that place.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Old school.
Hang out,
Yeah. It was an old timey, thing way back when. And later the place got completely refurbished, sold, and opened up briefly as a little independent art museum.
Odd.
Yeah, of all the things. Yeah, somebody bought it and then completely gutted the place and reopened the building as like one of those little art museums that's open 2 hours on a Saturday, and that was it. So
I like the Easter Ridge history thing up here. You gotta
not even aware of it.
It's right. It's actually okay. You know where we play Pokemon at?
Oh, it's over there in that little parking lot where we park. I know where exactly where you're talking about. It's across the street over there.
That's the Easter Ridge Museum.
Okay.
But they do appointments only.
I remember seeing the sign. I don't even want to know about the history of our little weird town.
Easter Ridge.
But anyway, we spent a solid 5 minutes taking a trip down memory lane.
Yeah, that's bullshitting. Okay, here we go.
Well, that's
Here's
part,
the real
part
review.
of what we are.
Here's the real review.
Okay, first off, we didn't see Negan, did we?
No Negan this time.
No Negan this time.
He's still recovering.
No Carol either.
No.
This was dealing, for the
No,
most part.
at the end of the episode, Aaron finally shows up.
Yeah, it was like, we got separated, everything's fucked.
Yeah, and so you can assume Carol's finally back there now.
Okay, so they start out taking Mary hostage. Mary is the girl who's been meeting with Aaron, Gamma. Her name's her whisperer name's Gamma. And she shows up basically wanting to let them know, hey, everything went to crap for your people. I'm here to help.
And they didn't believe her because, they have a right to doubt after everything that's been done.
That I like Gabriel's thought of he's talked to people so much and taken confession that he's learned how to read people and know when somebody
absolutely. That wasn't no bullshit right there. That was right on. He's like, look, you told us that story about your sister, but there's something else you're hiding about it. And she was like, yeah, I killed her,
Yeah. They put her into the cell, but then Beta, they apparently have a tunnel that goes underneath Alexandria and comes up like over in their graveyard. Beta comes up in the middle of the night, goes through several of the houses, kills some people.
You're like, when that happens, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I thought that
arm comes out of the ground.
At first, I thought that maybe one of the people they buried, maybe they didn't kill her brain or something.
Yeah,
and they were digging their way out.
That's what the fuck. And then it's him. It's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, so he goes in, kills a bunch of
tunnel.
people. He doesn't kill the people per se. He kills them and then lets them reanimate. And he ends up just causing chaos in Alexandria for a little bit. The whole point is to go in there and get Mary. He goes in there and gets her. She's attacked by... God, who was it that attacked him?
I didn't recognize that person.
Yeah, to begin with, I thought it was Rosita, and then I was like, oh.
No, it wasn't. But they held him with a shovel, but didn't kill him or nothing.
Yeah, he's quick.
So he got escaped but it was after Mary had done made it outside, and Judith lured her in to their house.
Yep.
And she protected Judith and little brother, I don't know his name.
Judith freaking shot him! Judith shot him with the, I don't think it was the same revolver. The revolver of Rick's went with him when he blew up the bridge.
She surely shot his ass, though.
Yeah, she shot him, and then he had a bulletproof vest on, and so, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
And so, I guess maybe he doesn't normally wear that. But I bet you he wore it specifically for this, if not.
Oh yeah, that would be my thought. Is he knew what he was getting into?
I bet.
And
it wouldn't surprise.
Put that on.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all if Alpha had one too.
Oh yeah.
She probably has it on all the time. That's why she wears those heavy, layers and stuff.
Yeah, I can see that.
She wasn't wearing them at the end of last episode though.
No,
anyway, they she's leading, Alpha's leading the herd around, and,
she's basically looking for them.
Yeah, well, Beta ends up getting Mary out of there. Mary gives herself up, basically. It was like, look, I'll just go with you, And so they end up going down the road, and then, Ezekiel and them find them.
Gabriel.
Oh, yeah, Gabriel. Where the hell's Ezekiel been?
He's dying somewhere.
Oh, he's on the hilltop. He's at the hilltop.
He is at the hilltop, yeah.
But
he's dying up there.
Yeah, he is. And so they... I done lost my train of thought. No, they end up rescuing her, and they figure out pretty quick that, yeah, she's telling the truth. She was leading him out there just to get rid of him.
Right.
Because he was causing so much damage at Alexandria.
Right.
And so, before the end of the episode, they're loading her up and letting her travel with them.
To the hilltop. Yeah, they're sending her to the hilltop with Rosita.
They're sending everybody to the hilltop right now, I guess, to kind of keep them safe.
Right.
But, Rosita left the baby at Alexandria. I guess they... I don't know.
Well, she made a valid point as to why she did that. She did not want her Coco out in the open.
Yeah.
She figured she was safer with Gabriel. And she's right, because even Rosita said she doesn't trust herself right now to make smart decisions.
Yeah.
So she did the right thing there, and I see her logic.
Yeah, and I hate we haven't seen Carol. No telling what she's up to, but
She's back at Alexandria. She came back with him. She's back at Alexandria.
did she?
She was with them.
Okay,
She was with Aaron and
for
them.
some reason I didn't see her. I don't
Well, I
know
mean,
why.
they just showed Aaron, and it just implied everybody else came.
He said they got separated. He was like some of us
Because
didn't.
Daryl, yes, some of us didn't make it
Yeah,
because them
'cause-
two died in the cave. And
Okay.
Daryl went off on his own.
Well, the whole Daryl Alpha thing, God, because
That was
Daryl,
intense.
yeah, Daryl attacks like the little group of walkers and kills some whispers, and him and Alpha end up into like basically a duel, and they end up at the gas station that we spent half an hour talking about at the beginning of the stream, and so they end up really hurt to the point where almost dead, and
Yeah, like
they're blacking out and hallucinating and stuff, kind
while
of.
Daryl was killing those walkers, it was showing his vision being red and,
Yeah.
and dim and hard for him
It
to
almost
see.
seemed like a video game
It
mechanic.
was just like a video game mechanic. It's just like Red Dead Redemption when you get hit.
Yeah, every time you the worse it is, the more red the screen turns till
Yeah,
eventually
you
you're
see the
just
blood.
dead.
Yeah.
So they're like kind of talking shit back and forth to each other. Because they're on like different parts. Alpha tries to bring some zombies over to kill
Yeah.
Daryl. That doesn't really work out.
No, he
But
kills him.
he ends up having to pull the knife that was jabbed into his thigh.
And
He has
then
to
it's
pull it out, and it starts spraying
Bleeding
blood
everywhere. Oh,
yeah, that was
so
pretty
great.
hardcore. And so they get, eventually, they're both nearly passed out. Lydia shows up, has a quick little chat with her mom, leaves, basically tells
Yeah.
her, hey, I'm not with y'all anymore. Screw the
Yeah,
whispers,
Alpha
I'm
was
out.
wanting her to kill her and take over.
Yep, she refused.
And she was like, I can't. And there's a different way of life, and they've shown me, and basically, and
So now Lydia's dead to Alpha,
oh
and
yeah,
any bargaining that they ever had by having Lydia is now over.
Right.
And Alpha, you could tell, is getting ready to
But
unleash that horde on them.
yeah, she is. But here's the thing. Even though she's dead to Alpha, she's told all her crew that she's dead. And
I don't think they would really accept her if she was to suddenly pop back up.
hell no. Like, I think it just wouldn't surprise me if Lydia turned up and the crew saw her and the crew just turned on Alpha.
She could show up without Alpha and be like, hey, I have been resurrected, Lydia. And I believe that group would be just stupid enough to believe it.
Yeah, but
Not
she's not
Negan.
gonna do that.
But,
Right.
Negan's main squeeze not being around, he wouldn't have a whole lot of reason to stick around on.
Yeah, he'd just leave.
He would just
He's
kill
just-
Beta and leave.
Fucking around is all he's doing. He I don't think he has any in-game plan.
You think he's just out living life right now?
Yeah, I really do. I really... well, I mean,
I don't know.
he has to survive.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. He's surviving because he knows, or he thinks, that he's going to be in trouble when he gets back because he was let out and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's a whole mess. He knows. He's still under the impression that he's going to be like the scapegoat.
Is he
And
trying to get into a position to one day lead the Whispers?
no,
Okay.
he don't give a shit about that.
I was kind of
He
wondering.
does not give a shit.
He doesn't care about the power anymore. He's perfectly content with just being a follower now.
He is. He really is.
Because he's had that taste of power.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's more of an advisor than anything. So, yeah.
And I think he prefers that,
Yeah.
I think that,
Oh.
something's going to go down and he's just really not going to be a part of the Whispers. Especially if he sees Alpha do anything to Lydia. Because, him and Lydia are buddies.
Well, it is. Yeah.
And that'll be a deal breaker for him.
any of the kids.
Yeah,
But
he's not
I
about
mean,
children.
Mary's not going back now.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll see how all that plays out for him.
Yeah, because
he really is just fucking around though.
Like spoiler in the comics, they
Fucking around and finding out. That's what
yeah.
he's doing.
Literally. in the comics, the big thing that happened. In the comics, he was never sexual with Alpha. They teased it like it might happen, but it didn't. And
of course, in the show, they're like, "Oh
yeah." In the show, they went.
Shit.
In the show, they literally went all in. So I don't know. In the comics, the thing that kind of made him snap and leave the Whisperers was the fact that they just took the women anytime they felt like it. And it was,
that's not something he did.
He doesn't tolerate rape, and he doesn't tolerate child abuse. So he has a moral code that he sticks by no matter what. And just really quick, a little known thing by the here's Negan origin story. Before the apocalypse, he was actually a high school gym teacher. And so I think that's where his, kid friendliness comes from. I don't know if they'll do that in they're kind of leaning it that way, like he was a teacher or something, because of that. But, that was what happened. And so it's going to be interesting to see.
What do you give this episode? Because we've already talked about everything, really.
For lack of a lot of dead air, I'm thinking a 10 because nothing huge monumental happened in this episode, but that whole deal
it
where
progressed the story enough, though, it deserves a 10. That's what it is. I feel that too.
The kind of suspense of Beta running through Alexandria.
That was good.
There was the little scene where it was like panning through the houses.
That was classic scary movie shit, and I love it.
He was like killing the power, going in there, and you could see him like in the shadows killing people.
Oh my god, yes.
And then letting them, he like had them out.
And then Daryl and Alpha's little thing.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that shit.
It was just a good, fun episode. Yeah. Suspenseful as hell.
So, 10s, yay. 10 for episode 10 of season 10.
Wow. 10s across the board. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Next will be episode 11. Episode 11 is called, I'm sitting there looking at the
Negan.
The thumbnail is Negan.
Morning Star.
Yeah, with the Whisperers coming for Hilltop, the communities must decide whether to run or fight.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
They're going after Hilltop. And Hilltop...
They already went after Alexandria, so...
I mean, Hilltop, in my opinion, is the easiest community to take down.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I don't know, it just seems like Hilltop's already been burned to the ground like 3 times.
But... And when you put it that way, though, maybe they're not the easiest community to take down. They keep rising back up, apparently.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're...
Perseverance.
It's like Alexandria stays, nobody burns Alexandria to the ground. You might run the people off every now and then or something. But, Alexandria is pretty well built. And like Hilltop, it's like, oh, you got to go up and knock on the door and the freaking gate will fall down or something.
That's true.
It just doesn't lend itself to a very...
They don't... Well, here's the thing. They don't have time, I guess, to rebuild between attacks.
Yeah. It's like they get destroyed so badly that they can't completely fortify everything before it gets destroyed again.
God. No wonder Maggie left.
Yeah. Well, she might have left to go... figure out, she's coming back.
I know.
I don't know, and to be honest, I don't really give a shit. I really don't.
Whatever.
And part of it is because I just wasn't an overly huge fan of the character.
Yeah, you never really cared for Maggie.
And like on top of that, at this point, I don't really. I mean, I know Maggie's been around since season 2, but the fact that she left and went and did like another TV show, and the only reason she's coming back is because that TV show flopped, just leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Oh my God, Lonnie, you get butt hurt too easy.
Yeah, I mean, I get why, you know,
Right.
bigger and better things. You're leading the show, that kind of thing. But who knows? I don't know.
Let's wrap this.
Yep. Anyway, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
We're Untitled Nerd Network. We'll be back for next episode 11 of The Walking Dead season 10.